Morning everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be heading to Ag in Motion, which is the local farm show that we have every summer. It's close to Asquith, Saskatchewan, and it's a quick little rip for us to get there. So we're going to be going there today, but I want to start the video off with a quick little crop tour to keep you guys updated on how things are looking at the farm. This is our canola crop. You can see it is almost done blooming. We're at the last few flowers needing to come out yet, and then she's going to be done. There's an incredible amount of pods on these plants, and the bottom ones are already looking big and juicy. So yeah, this is the best canola crop we've had in 5-6 years. It's been the theme with this year with the rain that we got in the spring. So it's been dry for 2 weeks now though. Soil's start to look a little dry again, but this canola crop is already so far along that you know, if the tap's shut off now, we're still going to get a decent crop. Obviously we are going to need a little bit more rain to fill up all these pods that are on there now, but hopefully that comes. The last thing we're kind of worrying about is if the white combine comes and takes this crop before we can. Of course, I'm referring to hail, and we've had some close calls, to say the least. There was 2 or 3 weeks there where thunderstorms were pretty much rolling through every day. Guys losing crops all around here. So we've pulled through that with minimal damage. We did get the tiniest little scuff of hail. Didn't really do any damage to us. So we're very fortunate this year. We've had hail damage in the past. I think 3 or 4 years ago, in 2021, we got our nice, almost fully matured straight cut canola crop that got shelled out, got hailed on. So all that canola fell on the ground in the field. That was pretty tragic because it was already a drought year, but hopefully it goes different this year. We're going to be straight cutting this canola crop. Let's go check out some other crops and then head over to the show. Pulled up to the pea field. There's no shot. I'm going to try walking through this. Just came to the edge of the field. But look at all the pods that are on here. It's absolutely incredible. Pods everywhere. Crop right there is at least 4 feet tall, which is insane for peas. Looks like it's lodging a bit in the back there already, just on the edge of the field. So this is pretty cool. It looks like we got some grasshoppers on there. Right there's a guy. Coolest thing about peas, you just grab it and you can see the crop shaking like 5 meters away over there. It's all tied together. Oh, that's crazy. You don't get to do that in those drought years. It's still blooming. It is looking phenomenal. Man. So yeah, those are the peas. Might have not been fully honest with you guys as to why I'm filming all these crops. Obviously, it's also for myself. Once the next drought year rolls around, I will be coming back to this video, looking at the crops that I'm showing right now. Now we're on to the barley. This is our best quarter of barley, I think. Quite a bit of lodging going on. That's been the theme for this year. I've talked to a lot of farmers north of Saskatoon, and their barley is doing the same thing. That's just because it gets so heavy. The head, it starts to fill. The plant is so lush. You know, it's got some big, heavy green leaves on it, and then the wind and rain comes and it just pushes it down. But if you take a good look at it, this stuff has laid flat, but the stems have turned and they start heading up again. So first bit of that plant is flat on the ground, and then it turns and goes up, and that's what you see here. That's why it's a bit shorter. But we plan to combine this quarter, I believe. We're gonna chop some, of course, and we want this to be the rocket fuel for the cows to make them produce milk. Barley is always a good silage if you take it at the right time. So that's the plan with this. That was the barley. Real quick, still on the barley. Those heads are starting to fill. So July 16th is the date today. And the last crop we're going to be checking out today is the fall rye, and we're in the field that's still standing. Of course, we chopped about 300 acres of this stuff, and we got another 320 standing. This we're going to be combining. This is the hybrid variety, and that is the common variety. Biggest difference you'll notice right off the bat, stems on the common a lot taller, and the heads are placed a lot more inconsistently. So the height is very much so varied in the common, and then the hybrid variety is a lot more consistent. Let's look at all the heads here. It's nuts, and they're all pretty much full. It's in the process of filling them. Like, look at the head on this one. How much grain comes off a single stem. So close. You see the odd deer running through here. It's pretty cool. And this is light sandy soil. It's not your max yield soil. It's far from it, but we've put a lot of manure on it, put the fertilizer to it this spring, and now we gonna get something off of this land, so that's pretty cool. Definitely the best crop that we've ever grown on this soil by far. So yeah, we will head to the farm show now. So we're here at the M&S booth. This is our DeLaval dealer, as you guys know. They pop into the farm every once in a while. They have a display here for a robot. So it's milking the plastic cow. They have some brushes on display, but this is what I want to show you guys. It's pretty cool. So this is an example of a freestall bed in one of the freestall barns. They got a mattress here, but what's really cool is they're showing off this new bedding system where every single bed will have this pipe coming down, and it'll put shavings down into it. It's kind of like an automatic bedding setup. So this paddle will pull the product through the pipe, and it just falls down the tube, automatically places bedding. That's pretty cool. Made our way to the AGCO booth, and that's where the Fendt tractors are. So there's 700, 1050, and 1167 over there. It's just always fun to check these things out. It also gives me a little fun thing to look at while I'm editing the videos. That's why I always make sure to get these tractors in there. So we're in the Fendt 10T combine, and this thing is famous basically for having a joystick to steer versus a steering wheel. Yeah, I could see myself just chilling in here, going over a massive bumper crop. It's so chill. The foot pegs just sit back, and they have a different type of header, a German header on here. We'll go check the brand out here in a second, but you can see the whole cutting blade of the whole header sitting right back here, so it's pretty cool. Got your joystick, I guess RPMs, and then a whole ton of buttons. This is your classic Fendt screen, something to hold the tablet. But yeah, this is just sweet. And that's the combine we were just sitting in. That's the header. Pretty cool header. Now we're at the AGI booth, and they specialize in grain handling, and they've invested quite a bit into their booth here at Ag in Motion. Got two massive 35,000 bushel flat bottom bins set up here right beside a 110 foot tall grain leg, massive grain dryer over here. It's just cool to see this kind of stuff at a farm show. We'll let you look inside the bin here. The unload auger, aeration floor. They got a bunch of cables hanging from the ceiling to monitor moisture and heat levels. And of course all the augers. We're at the John Deere booth now, and this is the new 9RX quad track tractor they just released. It is incredibly big. It's the fluid lines coming off the rad. Tracks are taller than my head.
Let you get a travel buggy and go. Unfortunately,
We're now sitting inside the new 9RX. Didn't introduce you in the video yet. This is Nick. You guys know him from Wheatland Tractor. But yeah, this is something else. The hood is insanely big, but it's still, you can see pretty good out the front. Tracks are massive. 1, 2, 3, 4 screens in here. The rear window is like super tinted, which is awesome. I can see just outside the cab here they have a grab handle for if you're walking around the back. I guess they got a bit of a balcony. This is, I think, like that next step of how big farm equipment can actually get. I think this is what this tractor represents. Nuts. Little fridge here. Yep. Nice fancy seat. I'm sure this thing has a massaging seat. And there's a constant lineup of people trying to sit in here, so I think that's my time. Okay, we had a good time at Ag Emotion there. Saw a bunch of people that I knew, talked to them for a bit, saw some cool equipment. I think the favorite thing I saw at that show was that John Deere 9RX, that big fat quad track. Blows my mind how big that thing is. If you guys get the chance to check it out in person, you definitely should do so. We're back at the farm now. We're gonna try bale some hay. This is a little different style equipment than what you'll see at that show. But this equipment actually makes some money. If you farm enough land, some of that equipment at the show can do the same. But for us, this is what we run. We own the equipment, and yeah, works good for us. We don't do too much baling. Not a crazy amount anyway, so we'll head out to the field. Got some grass hay that we gotta bale. It's got a little bit of rain on it already. Hopefully it's dry this afternoon and we can get it in the yard.